Welcome into Louisville Now. We're all about positive things that are happening in Louisville, revitalization, reimagining, and it starts right here on the Belvedere. Welcome in. I've got lots of guests today, and once again, we like to talk about things that are not energizing Louisville, that you can get excited about, and the Belvedere is certainly one of those. With me now is Layla George. She is a nonprofit leader and also a parks expert, so she's the right person for the job. Layla, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm delighted to be here.
Okay, when the mayor assigned you this position, you're I don't know exactly what the title is, but you're heading up the revitalization, the reimagining of the Belvedere, right?
Yes.
Okay, there's a reason. Your background with parks and
Yes.
rebuilding Louisville and your love for the city, right?
Yes, absolutely. I'm serving as project executive for this project, and coming from Olmsted Parks Conservancy, certainly I'm a strong believer in the power of public parks and public spaces. I think from a government and kind of public investment standpoint, there's no bigger bang for the buck than really investing in public spaces to provide the most amount of good to the most number of people. And I think the Belvedere is unique in that it is a downtown park. It's an urban space, so it doesn't really belong to a single neighborhood the way the Olmsted Parks felt. And so for that reason, they belong to everyone, which I think is really great. And we hope to attract people from all over the city with all of the amenities and attractions and programming we hope to offer here.
Layla, I like to use this analogy, and you tell me if it's appropriate, okay? When people ask me about the Belvedere, I said it's kind of like putting on the white suit and going to a disco in the 70s. You had some good times there.
Yeah.
It was nice, but that suit is really, it needs to be, let's just create a new style. This is old school. Let's put it in the back of the closet.
Yeah.
The Belvedere certainly has its issues, but what a potentially fantastic space because of the backdrop of the river, and people do have good memories here. So all that goes in mind when you think about revitalization and rebuilding the Belvedere.
For sure. I mean, the history of this site is incredible, not just the Belvedere, but it's really where the city started. We're just upstream from the Falls of the Ohio. The Beargrass Creek flowed in at 4th Street. So this was the wharf. This was the hub of activity. And when urban planners came in, the American Life building was lot number 1. So this is really the genesis of our community. The Belvedere was really first born in like 1973. So it's just about a year older than me. And it has had some great times, certainly. A lot of wonderful events and festivals over the years. But it was designed with pedestrian use in mind. And so when you have food trucks and different things coming in, a lot of the concrete has been cracked, water has seeped in, we've got leakage in the garage, and a lot of crumbling concrete. So it really is time to reinforce the structure. We're on top of a 2,000 car parking garage here. So we need to fix that and then come back and reimagine this great public space on top.
And Layla, we've got a lot of experts who are weighing in. You've got architects, developers, experts like yourself. But what I love about your thought process and Mayor Greenberg's thought process is let's bring in the community. Let's get your ideas. Tell me about these listening sessions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, success to us is a lot of people here in this space, all times of the day, all days of the week. And so if we want the public to come in and use it, we have to talk to the public and figure out what they want to do here and what they want to see here. So that's what these listening sessions are really about, is kind of showing a program that we've developed, walking paths, shade, playground, water feature, and then getting feedback. Is that what people want to see and do here? And then what are the priorities for the public? And then this is the perfect time to incorporate those. So we've just finished the concept design, and now we're moving into schematic design. So as many people may have seen, we had early renderings for a structure on the platform over the expressway. Well, that was required a lot of reinforcement of that platform, which is heavy. You need big cranes. And this is one of the busiest stretches of inland commercial waterway here behind us. All the barges are coming in to go to the locks, and you have all these bollards down there to protect the roadway. So getting a crane on a barge down there was not really very feasible, and it was going to be expensive just to construct it on that site. So we told the team, let's think about it. Let's put something great over the garage where it's a little easier to construct and have a nice connection to the water, improve the staircase and the elevator so that you can really enjoy the river and get down there.
So interested community members are watching now and they're saying, okay, I have some ideas, I have some input.
Yeah.
These listening sessions, how can they attend? Can they go online? How can they voice their opinion?
They can do all of it. So we have 3 more listening sessions. We have one this Saturday at 12 noon at Douglas Community Center, next Monday at 6 p.m. at Shawnee Library. And then next Wednesday at 12 noon here in the back room of the Kentucky Center for the Arts, so you can overlook the Belvedere and see what we're talking about. And then there's a survey that's open on the mayor's website. So if you go to his website, there's Reimagining the Belvedere. It's got information about the meetings, a survey people can take. And I like to say I'm willing to talk to anybody and everybody. So I'm speaking at Rotary this week. I've met with different neighborhood associations, different women's groups. If you have an organization and you want me to come present, reach out. I'm happy to talk to anybody.
All right, I'm excited. You've touched upon a few of the amenities. Of course, we want it to be family friendly, things for children. You mentioned water. So give me a visual here, if you would. What can we expect to see when this project is finally finished?
Well, I want it to be a showcase for everything this community has to offer. So Louisville is known for incredible performing arts, wonderful visual art, all sorts of cultural groups. We want this to be their home. We want them to use it as much as anybody else. And so we want spaces where they can showcase their wonderful talents. A lot of greening, a lot of trees, and a lot of flexible seating, and something really for everyone is what we hope to achieve.
You know, when I opened up this segment, Layla, I talked a little bit about your resume. You are a parks expert. You've helped a lot with the Olmsted Parks. You were telling me about a recent tour you were on, seeing a number of parks, and you were looking for the positives and maybe the not so attractive parts of parks. Talk about that if you would.
So I've been to 50 public spaces and parks over the last few months in like 9 states and even in England. So I've really tried to figure out what works, what doesn't work, what's the relationship these parks have with the city, who takes care of it, who pays to take care of it on the other side. We really want to be sure that what we design is manageable and that it continues to look fantastic. And I saw some of the most beautiful places that were totally empty and that had failed. And I saw other spaces that were absolutely jam-packed with people and resounding successes. And so I came home and I thought, we can absolutely do this.
I love this.
It was really inspiring.
Well, it shows me there's a lot of research involved. On a personal level, let's talk about your legacy. Obviously, you are really a gift to this community. But if you would, please, what's this mean to you?
I just think it has so much potential to revitalize downtown, and there's a lot going on right now. I mean, if you come down here, the number of tourists that people will see in downtown, I mean, it blows my mind. Every time I see them with their bourbon tour bags and their baseball bats. So I think so many people are coming downtown, and we want that trajectory to continue. I think downtown is reinventing itself. It's not just Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, but it's really a place that has something all days of the week for people.
Layla, on behalf of myself, our crew, and everyone here in Louisville, thank you for what you do. We appreciate you so much. And coming up here, we're going to talk about some more September events. The weather is gorgeous. Rebecca Floshaker is going to join us from Louisville Downtown Partnerships. Coming up next on Louisville Now.